Once, my uncle Pete bought his son Esteban a poor old cell phone called Little Peanut Jr. because the boy cried for a cell phone, being the only one at school without one and getting bullied. But once he brought his new phone to school, he was with his friends and he says, "Look at that horrible cell phone." And he goes and yells at the boy who owned the phone, "Throw that thing away, it's going to explode in your hand." But then his friends tell him, shut up, yours is even worse." So the other boy came over and told him they should both throw their phones on the ground at the same time, and whoever's phone broke would lose. And Esteban had a lot of faith in Cacahuatito Jr. So he threw his phone, and when it hit the ground, there wasn't even a molecule left, while the other phone didn't have a single scratch. Well, goodbye, boss. One time, my girlfriend said the dumbest thing in the world, and I thought she had completely lost her mind. Because we were in the car on her street, and then we saw a kitten that was small but already growing up. So I rolled down the driver's window and yelled, "Mitzo! What's up, Mitzo? How are you?" Since a car was behind us, we left. My girlfriend was with me, and 3 seconds later she asked, "What did he say to you?" I replied, "What do you mean? It's a cat." She just said, "That's true." One time when I was a little kid, I thought I was going to lose the use of my legs for doing 100 squats in a row. Because I was 11 years old and I thought I was chubby. So I thought if I did 100 squats, I would get skinnier. But it wasn't like that, so I started 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 6, 49, 60, 100. But when I finished, I tried to get up and walk, but I fell flat on my face because my legs were ridiculously tired. So I stayed there, lying on the floor, not feeling anything from the waist down, afraid I was going to be paralyzed. One time, my girlfriend almost turned into a human popsicle. It was my fault because in the room we have air conditioning strong enough to end global warming. And one early morning, I was freezing to death because at night I forgot to set the air conditioning to turn off by itself. And we had it at 16 on turbo mode, plus the fan. So sleepwalking? I went to sleep in the hallway because I couldn't stand the cold. My girlfriend came out to the hallway around 4:69 in the morning, all wrapped up in the blankets. And she sees me, she looked at me on the floor and says, "I'm cold." Even my snot froze, and when I opened my eyes, I got scared because I thought it was the Yeti. Welcome to the Himalayas. One time at Christmas, I was given the job of serving Coke to everyone at dinner, and it was a big mistake because I'm very clumsy. And there I was with the 3-liter bottle that looked calm, but it was actually a bomb about to explode because when I opened it, it went boom. And Coke started coming out everywhere, and my grandma screamed in fright because I think she got flashbacks from Afghanistan because of the sound, and everyone ended up soaked in Coke. But the good thing is that she learned a very important lesson. The true Christmas spirit isn't in the meal or the gifts, it's in the mess. Thank you. Don't forget that, Mariposa. Thank you. Sportacus, Coca-Cola, FOAM! Once I felt like the smartest man in the world for finishing my advanced math exam in 10 minutes. Because it was Monday at 8 in the morning and the exam lasted about 2 hours. But I had answered it in just 10 minutes and I thought I had done everything right. But then 2 days later, when they handed out the results, the teacher came and said, "I'm going to give the results in roster order." And since I was always the first one, he goes and says, "Manuel Aguilar, you got a 1.8, and I just made this face. One time, a kid humiliated an old lady in a wheelchair who was paraplegic because of something crazy she said. We were at the church September 15 celebration, and a kid gets up on stage and says, "I want everyone, absolutely everyone, to please stand up to shout, 'Viva Mexico!' But well, we all stood up, except for the lady, for obvious reasons. And the damn kid grabs the mic and yells at the lady, stand up, mom, come on, don't be lazy." And honestly, I just stood there like that. Once, when I was 8 years old, I was really scared that someone would lay eggs in my skin.
inside me, and people thought I was crazy because I had gone to see a really weird movie with my... Actually, the movie was rated 18 and up, and now I understand why.
But the weird thing is, I don't know how the heck I managed to get into the theater. I don't know if my parents didn't read that it was rated 18 and up, or if the person at the ticket booth just didn't care and wanted to traumatize me. So after leaving the screening, I started stomping on the ground non-stop, because in the movie the worms were invisible and they were on the floor. So people kept staring at me weird, like I had poop on my face. Once, when I was a kid, I thought that the girl from The Ring tuviera caca en la cara. I froze when the girl from The Ring appeared and was about to come out of the TV. And just a month before, I had watched that movie with my grandma. And then I ran out of the living room because I was going to get even more scared. But actually, it was just that the DVD disc was scratched and got stuck, and that's why it started to malfunction. But thank God it wasn't the girl from The Ring. One time, my friend Chupis got a 10 in math, but she was really dumb because she didn't even know the 2 times table. So my friends and I realized that she had made a deal with the school. She would mop and sweep the school every day after classes, because the day after the exam she was walking like a newborn lamb. And I thought, what a brilliant idea! This girl is blessed by God. I'm going to do the same thing. But since I didn't even know how to sweep or wring out the mop, they sent me away and I ended up passing it. Once, when I was a child, a lady traumatized me for life with one of her farts. Because I was standing in line to buy my Happy Meal from McDonald's and be able to play with my little toy. But I didn't know that instead of being a Happy Meal, it was going to be a sad meal. So there I was, really excited. But then I hear a boom, and since I was so little, I literally had the lady's butt right in my face. So I got scared, but I wish that had been all. That thing was toxic. And the problem is that then, the domino effect of a stinky fart broke out. It was like freaking hell. But in the end, thank God, my ordeal ended when it was my turn. And I enjoyed my Happy Meal. You can have cheeseburger. One time, when I was at a taco place, a waiter stole my fake iPhone 13, the one I got on AliExpress, and he switched it on me without me noticing, with an Android phone that had like 5 cameras. And it probably cost more than my fake iPhone, because I used to want an iPhone, but I couldn't buy one, a real one. So I decided to buy a fake one. Then when I got to the taco place, I noticed the waiter kept looking at my phone a lot, but I didn't care because it was fake anyway. So I left it on the table, and when he brought us the tacos, I guess he switched my phone for the one with 5 cameras without me noticing. And then when I got home, I took out my phone and saw that it had 5 cameras and it was different. So without meaning to, I ended up scamming the crooked waiter. How crazy. No.